Hi, Scorpio men, and welcome to your March 2017 I Ching Alchemy of Relating spread. The spread's meant to help you gain influence into the insights affecting your relationships this month. So, I Ching, for those of you who don't know, is an ancient Chinese divination method used for centuries to help make sense of changes. First off, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. It means a lot. And let's get to the reading. So the first card is meant to give you a message from the hexagrams, which is what is the foundation or the grounding of this relationship. So you have hexagram 37, which correlates to the family in the Book of Changes. And the message from this hexagram is really to do with heredity, ancestry, your home life, and your intimate relationships. So that's an appropriate card to get for this reading for March, I'd say. So this relationship could be grounded in your desire for a new home life. It's a card that can be asking you to remember your ancestry, remember your roots, and look at how your past in being a member of a family has influenced the person that you are in this relationship. What are some things that you've taken from your parents in terms of traits that are providing a strength for the relationship? So this hexagram is really saying that even though we're all members of, we're all one human family here on Earth, it's intelligent as well to remember other cultures and what other cultures do that strengthens their familial ties and cultural things that humans have done throughout history to relate to their forefathers, because that might provide you some insight with regards to the relationship. Okay, so the next hexagram belongs to that of your partner. And just so you can get a closer peek here, we have young and old and faces from all over the globe there. So what does that say to you? The next card belongs to that of your partner. And I don't know if you can see it there, but it's hexagram 41, which is decrease. And this hexagram relates to being frugal, to letting go, and it's a message that less is more, that old adage that less is more. It's a hexagram reminding you to be resourceful with your time. And also the fact of the matter could be that you've made sacrifices in the relationship, or you've made sacrifices in your life currently. So this is just an indication that that's a normal part of any relationship, is a little bit of self-sacrifice. So if you find yourself needing to cut back or just be more frugal this month, there's no need to worry. It's not forever, but it could provide a good standing board in the future. Also, the card is, the hexagram rather, is asking you to be resourceful with your emotional and with your physical things around you. So if you can be resourceful in ways, that could be of help. It could be also being more resourceful in the way that you relate to your partner in terms of energy expenditure. Okay, Scorpio, the next hexagram is in the position of the emotional climate of the relationship, and this card is meant to kind of give you a little bit of insight into what could be blocking communication, because this card can also show you where there could be a lack of trust, or where there are wounds from the past, or things that you don't want to face, and also what it is that the persona that you've created to not face those things. So you have hexagram 22, which is grace. And grace is a hexagram which is denoting adornment and beauty and elegance. And maybe those are all priorities that you have in your life. So it's really about the outer as a reflection of the inner. On the negative side, it could show that there's vanity or charisma, not that that is a negative thing, and not necessarily that vanity is negative, but self-expression as well. So maybe the emotional climate for March for Scorpio men could be that you use those elements that we mentioned there as a way to blanket the hidden things that you keep hidden from your partner. And maybe this hexagram could be a reminder that those things can be shown, and you can, if you're tired at all of doing the vanity and the charisma and keeping that up, and kind of look at what it is that could be underlying that. All right, the next card is for your partner. And again, this card is the same thing. We have hexagram 10, which is treading. And treading is a lot about a hexagram talking about conduct, being aware of your conduct, self-awareness. It's asking Scorpio men partners to proceed with caution and sensitivity to everything in the relationship, and that correct behavior and responsible action are what is needed to bring about kind of the alchemy of the relationship this month. So be careful with the things that you say and be sensitive, so we'll go a long way. All right, the last two cards for the reading before the final card, the insight card, which we'll get to later, is the state of mind and the perceptions of each of you towards one another. What it is that you hope and fear from one another, your attitude towards each other. This can also be a card that's helping you get a new perspective, and to be able to receive the guidance of this card might help you to see the relationship through new eyes. So this hexagram here is hexagram number 8, and it's called Holding Together. And holding together talks about union. It's saying that right now what you're hoping for this month is kind of a holding together, union, cooperation, teamwork, being participants together and making choices together. So this is a card that's saying that that's really what you're hoping for. And if you can see this card in that way, in terms of you seeing your relationship through the eyes of this card, and how it is that you want to create a stronger solidarity, then that can help you view your connection with different eyes. All right, the last card belongs to your partner, Scorpio men, and we have hexagram 20, which is contemplation. So hexagram 20 is asking Scorpio partners to gain an overview, to observe things in a detached manner, and to increase their understanding through solitude, integration, and through reflection, on internal reflection. So it's saying here that big changes can occur within the relationship if you take the time to be a little detached and understand your partner's your partner's perspective. And if you need to do that alone and not with others, then that might help you bring about a greater clarity. Okay, the final card that I'm going to get here is the insight card. And I have the well, which is hexagram 48. So this is an image of somebody diving deep. And the well is saying that there's always a source of replenishment and water, because the image of it is water with this card. And you need to find that kind of well within you, because that is within the both of you. So it's asking you to dive deep and turn both your attention inwards and just bypass external influences. So just as that person's not going to open their arms right before they reach the water, or they're not going to do a belly flop, they're going to go straight deep in. That is what this card is asking of you this month. All right. Thank you for listening. Thanks for subscribing, and I look forward to doing your April reading. Have a nice month.